What are you being silly for? You know I'm going to send it, bud. It's your boys, the Lowlife boys, Rhino, Danny Panhead, back with another amazing episode of the Lowlife podcast. How you doing today, Dan?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I had a good day today. I had a real good day today.
Good day today. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I had a real quick, easy, non-repair job this morning in Arlington. Traffic sucked, but other than that, it was sick. I was home early, did some fucking errands, and bondoed the tank and the fender for the panhead, or at least started the molding process. Found out that I'm officially on like a little mini 5-day vacation. I got no work tomorrow. I got to go in tomorrow just to wash my truck, but that's it. I'm on a fucking vacation. Like the relief that flooded me when I realized I have 5 free days in a row. That's realistically the way I see that right now is I have 5 free nights, overnights that I can be sleepy the next day. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of fucking work to do to this bike. It was just the chopper gods in the universe decided to throw me a little bit of a bone today. So I've been in a great mood. I got the
beautiful weather today. Sun was shining.
Weather. I got the fucking best Bondo on the market. It's spreading and sanding like butter, dude. I'm having a good day. I listened to like old school dub reggae all day today. It was fucking awesome. I don't know why. I was just in that kind of a mood.
You can't have a bad time listening to reggae, dude.
Fuck no, man. Especially that might be my new cheat code is smoke a joint and then put on some like real easygoing reggae. It was like, yeah, I mean, I haven't done the frame yet, granted, and the frame's going to fucking suck, but doing the tins, like I'm straight up, like that's the most fun I've ever had doing Bondo today. So yeah.
Who put you onto that stuff? Where'd you find that new greatest Bondo?
I've heard it. So it's Evercoat Rage Ultra. It's like everybody talks about it on Instagram and whatever. They used it at the body shop. It's just 3M Platinum Plus sick. The stuff is sick. It really is, but it's pretty friggin' runny. And like doing what I'm doing right now, I would actually want it to be a little bit thicker because I'm trying to cram it into the molding and like into the, I don't want like a lot of a footprint of Bondo. I really want it to be fairly tight to keep that molding line tight. So having this stuff being, it's more like I was saying on the last episode or whatever, we talked about it. It's more like airy. It's like whipped consistency. It's not as runny and
creamy or whatever.
Yeah. And it's, dude, it spreads on wicked nice. It's
like whipped cream cheese versus regular cream cheese.
Exactly. Precisely. That's what I think of. It's like the Philadelphia whipped. You know what I mean? That same kind of light, airy consistency. It spreads wicked easy. It's got 500-hour corrosion resistance built into it. Like all this stuff. So, I mean, in theory, you should be able to throw that right on bare metal and have no issues. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's really, really good shit. I think it was a little over $100 for a gallon, but fucking worth it, man. It's so worth it.
Platinum stuff is what, 60 something a gallon?
Yeah, something like that. It's probably more now. I would say it's probably closer to like 80. But either way, I'll spend $110 a gallon for Bondo that makes my life so much easier. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'd pay $300 for a gallon if it was easy.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. You know,
I've been in Bondo hell for 3 days. None of my Bondo work is working. I keep on fucking it up. I thought I had it to a point where I was like, okay, I can put in like some high build and it'll cover whatever I can't see or feel, you know? And I was wrong. And I put the coat of I have gray primer and I put it on and I immediately saw every fucking piece of Bondo on there like it was fucking bubblegum. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So anyways, I did get roasted in the DMs when I posted my Bondo because I did it on bare metal. And apparently people listen to the advice that we give on the show.
Hey.
They're like, have you learned nothing, Rhino? But I have an opportunity to put the Bondo on top of my paint like a good boy. So I'm doing that, and I'm hopefully going to be done with the tins. I already started doing the Bondo on the frame, but man, I'm having problems with getting everything put together, dude. I can't get this fucking exhaust to fit up right. I have 3 goddamn squish pipes. I made my own, and I still can't get it to fit right and land right. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong.
What? So you're talking about like the orientation of the pipe isn't correct, like all the way back?
I can't get it. So the header comes down, and the front header comes down, and that goes into the squish pipe, and then it squishes over the frame, and then it's supposed to come straight out the back, right? And no matter what, I can't get it to fit both into the header pipe and then be flat over the pipe, like curve over the pipe, and then a line where it doesn't like it's not too close that it hits the transmission kicker cover. I
Really?
can't, or it doesn't fit into the front header pipe, like it's too low, and it's fucking driving me insane, dude. And I can't fucking get it to land in the right or I did the same. I had the same that it worked with the cone shovel. So I don't know if it's different with the generator shovel because I have the frame is a 76. The frame's a 76 and I have a generator engine, so that side is a little bit different than with the cone. So I don't know
Right.
what the fuck. If anybody knows if I have to use a different type of squish pipe or whatever, I got one for a fucking shovel head,
Yeah, I
V
feel like
twin.
the squish pipe wouldn't. I don't know. I guess it could be. I don't know if squish pipes came in like different angles. You know what I mean?
I have two different types. Like the one that came with the bike, it's just like a set of drag pipes.
Yeah.
But that one is thinner. Like it is thinner than the ones that I bought that are supposed to be, for the frame. So I don't know if it's the engine. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if someone has a tip, I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong. Like, because it's not easy to do either to fit in. Because you got to actually rock the engine up to get the pipe, that squish pipe in there.
Mm.
And then it's fucking pain in the ass to get it into the fucking exhaust port and into the pipe at the same time with one person moving the fucking shit around. And those squish pipes, they have the little hanger on it too. And there's a tab there. It has to align with that tab. My tab's gone, but I'm going to put a tab there. I think I actually cut it off because I was like, I'm not going to fucking do that. But that hanger, I can't get to be in alignment, like straight up and down. So I don't even know. I don't even know if that matters. It's just fucking pissing me off.
Hmm.
But I got to get that figured out so then I can take the engine back. I have to put all the mounts on for the exhaust. I got some up sweeps with some gnarly extensions, some slash cuts. I'm
Hell
pretty
yeah.
happy with them, but I have to do a bunch of mounts. And once I do the mounts, then I can take the frame out and do all the fucking bottom on the frame, and then paint the frame. And I'm running out of time, so I'm feeling really overwhelmed with the two bike builds I'm doing. I am still building for the Seacoast Harley build. I got fender in. I got the split tanks in that I'm gonna run.
Sick.
Uh, so yeah, I gotta get a bunch of bungs and tabs and weld that shit up. But yeah, dude, I'm just running into problems with this fucking pipe. If I can get past this, then and I think I'm done with the frame fab, and I can actually just do what I need to do on it and get it painted.
Right.
I'll feel a lot better when everything's painted. You know?
Yeah. Fucking A. I know what you mean. I'm in a not a mad dash. I'm obviously taking my time. I'm not rushing the shit. I want it to be really good, but I'm like inside, I'm being pulled. I just get the fucking paint done. Just get the paint done. Everything else, we did everything else. We did the nut and bolts. We did all that shit. There's a couple little things that I need to figure out. Still gotta figure out the wiring, but I always do that last. I do that. What am I looking at here? You know what I mean? I know how I'm gonna fixture my anti-grav battery and shit, and I know I have my little fuse block, but I haven't like planned out my routing and wiring. I do that with what I have. I'll figure it out. But yeah, once I get it painted and it's polished and or not even polished, because I'm probably going to polish it once it's all done. You know what I mean? Take the fender and the tank off and polish it then. But the frame and shit, once that's done and painted, I'll feel so much fucking better. I can put that entire motorcycle together. I'll never forget when I was doing the scythe, I had painted everything and it was all hanging. It had been hanging for like a week or whatever it was. And then the 2 weekends later, Ray and Dead Kev came over and we were trying to cast that headlight that me and Ray were working on. So we set up the aluminum casting shit all outside. We were out there all day. We ended up being unsuccessful in the casting. And then they saw like the frame was painted and all the shit was in there and the engine was cleaned and rebuilt and whatever. And they were like, well, fuck, dude, let's just start putting this together. And within like an hour or 2 hours, we had the scythe completely built, torqued, like everything was torqued down. All the bolts were in the right places. Like all it needed done was wiring, plumbing, fucking liquids.
Goes together quick because you put like,
Crazy.
dude, tanks, 2 bolts, pop
Yeah,
pop on a hose onto the petcock, like
right.
couple
Especially if
few bolts for the fender.
right,
Everything's
especially
just
if
a
you
couple
have
of bolts.
warm day and a couple fucking homies that are already kicking it that like to do that too and know how quickly a bike falls together. It's like that's the most exciting shit ever, dude. Like I hope all of my homies know when you're on final assembly and if you want help, please call me. I would love to help you assemble your motorcycle right after you finish painting it. And it's like fine, like that's the best, dude. I love that. That's
It's really
the
helpful
best
to
feeling.
have people help you do it too, like,
Yeah,
so you don't fuck up your paint job, like putting the
exactly.
engine in and shit, like,
Right.
when you and Kev came and helped me put the fucking engine in, and it was 1,000 times easier than doing it myself,
Yeah, dude.
you
Yeah.
know?
I will say the doing big twins is definitely easier for a single person because like moving the transmission and moving the engine independently in and out, it's still difficult. That panhead's still heavy as shit, but I can squat it and I'm weak as fuck. I'm 145 pounds or whatever. So
Yeah.
a Sportster engine, like when I carried the Sportster engine from my truck to the garage, I got to pick it up at chest level because it was in the back seat of my fucking pickup truck. And then when I set it down, it wasn't coming back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sportsters are heavy as fuck.
They're awkwardly shaped too, like a shovel head engine, you can just kinda cradle, like, at the heaviest point, you know?
Right. The only thing with that, for whatever reason, my center of gravity, I guess, where I like to hold them so that I can like kind of muscle them into the cradle. I always smash the fuck out of my fingers, dude. I always either get my pinky in the bottom of the mount, like I get it stuck in between the engine and the mount surface, or I just like jam my entire hand in between the cylinder and the fucking frame or something and
Yeah.
get pinched every single time.
That's why it's it was so much easier with help because you don't hurt yourself. You can't put it in without smashing your hands because, like, you don't have the clearance, dude. You're gonna be smashing some meat.
Yeah, I couldn't, and I can't see if I'm holding an engine up here and I have two jugs. Right, like I can't look down and see where those two little holes are. So it's just I kind of have to use. That's why I get my pinky all the time because I'm using my pinky as like an indicator. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm right. Oh, fuck, nope, pinched it.
Little feeler gauge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so tonight we're gonna be joined by Ethan Kahn. He's one of our, Dirty Dozen builders. He's doing he has a turbo CB750, right? Something like that?
Supercharged.
Supercharged.
Yep.
I don't even know what the difference is. What's the difference between supercharged and turbo?
Supercharger is engine mounted and belt driven,
Oh,
and
okay.
turbocharger uses otherwise wasted exhaust gases to spin a turbine to put more air in your engine.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
everybody knows that, Dan.
yeah.
You don't have to explain it to our listeners. They're not dumb.
Someone will tell me I'm wrong too.
Couple of shows, sponsors, and shout outs. Shows coming up. We want to go to the Hill Climb. Laconia Bike Week is going to be off the chain this year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got Steve at Deadbeat putting on the Invitational at the Hill Climbs. That's one of my favorite Laconia Bike Week events. BYOB probably cost $50 this year with inflation and shit. But it's always a good time. You also want to go to the Custom Social on Thursday, same week. It is also Chop Ahead's 25th anniversary party. And I'm going to be there with bells on. I might wear a bell suit.
Yep.
I'm going to have a cowbell. I'm going to reenact that skit from Saturday Night Live with Will Ferrell over and over all night.
For you music heads, he's got Slain and Murphy's Law booked to play that show too. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Dude,
Definitely show
Slane's a
up to
fucking
that.
pimp, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Seacoast Harley, they do bike night every month. I think the next one is June 17th. Come out and see me. I'm required to be at that. But they have beers and they have good food, dude. They have the burrito tacos. I brought my
Cool.
boy. Yeah, dude, I brought my boy Red and he had a blast, dude. It's a good time for the whole family. He drained my fucking wallet though, dude. That
Yikes.
kid can eat. He weighs like
Yeah.
60 pounds, but he's like, "Yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger. Yeah, I'll have a taco. Yeah, can I have an Italian sausage? Oh, can I have a lemonade?" Like, he's just a fucking black hole for food.
Damn.
Yeah, he's skinny as fuck too.
That's
But,
wild.
that was
Hollow
cool.
leg.
Saw, Brandon's out there, Joey Bananas and the fucking Verticals 603 Vertical Boys. So yeah, it's a good time, and it's up by the seacoast, so you can always go get some Blink's fried dough after, you know?
Mm. Did you see? It's so funny. We had talked about Hampton Beach and how
With the
awesome Hampton.
fucking the
Dude,
takeover?
yeah, it was yesterday. It was fucking senior skip day or something, I guess, at Hampton Beach yesterday, and there was all sorts of fucking madness going on. And they fucking called the riot squad in and shit. State police riot
Is that what
squad.
they
Where a
did? It
bunch of
was a senior
fucking
skip
teenagers.
day?
Yeah, we
I
used
thought
to
it
do
was a
that when I was a kid.
takeover.
No, it was fucking. It was what was yesterday? Tuesday? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah,
wild.
dude, it looks wild.
That place is yeah, man. If you're looking for a good
It
time,
gets that way.
yeah,
I was thinking about Hampton today because I saw that, like, the footage of all those dudes in, like, the fucking army gear and shit,
yeah.
and I was like, "You know what? Hampton Beach is a lot like the beach from the Lost Boys movie."
Mm,
Like, at night, when the sun goes down, it's
yeah,
fucking the Lost Boys, dude.
yeah. It really is. With like the Lost Boys with like diesel trucks and tuner cars and shit, like because they do those like the 603 diesel fucking whatever it is takeover
Yeah.
and shit. There's just like racing and people getting smoked by fucking Mustangs left and right.
Cops everywhere, dude.
Cops everywhere.
Dude, my brother got fucking, busted pissing at Hampton Beach,
Yeah.
and, dude, the cop response, so we were up all night partying, didn't stop, drinking on the way to Hampton, sun was just coming up. We were thinking about just bumming it on the beach for the day or whatever. We had a spot, my brother goes up, beach is empty, dude. Road, that strip is completely desolate, nobody there. Goes up to take a piss, the bathroom that they have on the boardwalk or whatever is locked. So
Hmm.
he just starts pissing on the building. Dude, I don't know where this fucking cop was. He, like, popped out of the fucking beach sand, dude, like, in a ghillie suit. He was right there on top of him, start chasing him. His partner, runs over to us and he's like, What's his name?" And we just started laughing at him. We're not gonna fucking tell you his name. That's our boy. But dude, not joking, like 10 seconds later, fucking 5 cruisers. But it gets rowdy as fuck, dude,
It does.
on the beach in Hampton at night. New Hampshire's a heavy drinking state, and when people go out, those boys, it's like Jersey Shore, dude.
Right.
It
That
gets
is our
rowdy.
Jersey Shore. And
Yeah,
we don't have much of it. We have what, 20 miles of coastline or
18
something like
miles.
18. So and that's
And
a
Hampton
big
Beach is
part
like
of it.
2 of it.
Yeah, Hampton Beach is a big part of it. So yeah, and it's right. It's basically on the border of 3 states. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you're
I
getting Maine,
love
New
it.
Hampshire.
I absolutely love
It's an
Hampton Beach.
epicenter for sure, and it's an
Yeah.
epicenter for shit show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got old
During the day,
arcades.
it's perfectly fine. I bring my kids down there and shit, and we have a blast, dude. They have everything that you could want. They have the old school arcades with all the shitty games. It's fun, and then even when it's dark out, it's still fun. They have all the blinking lights and the fucking again, like the arcades, the Blinks fried dough, Christie's pizza and all that shit.
Fireworks.
Fireworks all the time, sandcastle, building contests and all that.
Mhm.
So it's wicked fun, but I'm talking late night, like when the bars get out. That's when it gets fucking dangerous. You might get in a fight. So if you're about that life, go down and have fucking, knock yourself out. Um, I don't even know how we got on that shit. Oh yeah, Seacoast. I'm gonna be releasing because I was talking to Joseph Greenleaf today. He gave me a call. He's gonna be building a vapor honer. So
Sick.
good on him. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But he had some questions about the schedule for the show. We're gonna be releasing that hopefully this week. I'm just putting up it's a 4-day event. Idle Hand show is now 4 days. We're gonna have a welcome party at the Courier Museum of Fine Art on Thursday. They have the Danny Lyon exhibition there. I'm
Exhibit.
so
I
fucking
don't know.
yeah, dude. Exhibit. Yeah, I think it's Exhibit.
I think so too.
They have that on Thursday, and we're gonna have just like a chill day. We're gonna be fucking drinking beers and hanging out. Friday, we have a invite only VIP pre-party. That's gonna be for the builders and people
A
that are helping
side.
out with the show.
Yeah, A side builders, and then the people who are involved, the freak show builders, and the
And
people
we
who are
would love
involved.
to have everybody there. It's just the venue is very small and intimate, so we wanted to do something special for our builders. So we're gonna be doing a pre-party. but it is. I'll give you a hint. It's on Elm Street. So if you are, you know, want to get, if you're down DTP, go down to Elm Street. There's plenty of motherfucking awesome bars there. Go to the Shaskeen, dude. Go get
Yeah.
smashed, and you'll catch us when we're leaving. Friday. Wait, I did. That's Friday. Saturday is the Idle Hand Show. Chopper Carnival. Gonna be on like Donkey Kong, dude. I'm gonna be fucking cranking caffeine pills, slugging back Red Bulls, doing shots. Everybody's gonna be buying me beers. I'm gonna be a sloppy, hot, wet mess. Okay, it's gonna be fun as fuck. We got hardcore shows. You guys know what this show is about. It's gonna be the greatest chopper show in the history of chopper shows.
Yep.
I'm standing on that.
On that, can I do my thing on the hardcore show real quick?
Yeah.
More on that. So we have added Give Up Hope to the hardcore show. They're going to open up. So they're a sick, fucking, really rad hardcore band out of the Boston, Brockton area. So go check them out. They're on Spotify and all that shit, and they're going to open up the show for us. So other than that, that's going to be the last of the changes as far as the lineup is concerned, unless somebody else has to drop. But that'll be it. That'll be the show. So it's going to be sick.
And then finally on Sunday, after that hardcore show blows out your motherfucking eardrums, you're gonna stumble into our chop meat and brunch. We're not gonna be it's not that fancy brunch bullshit. Okay, there's not gonna be fucking powdered toast or whatever the fuck those rich fucks eat. It's gonna be hot dogs, okay, for breakfast.
Yeah, it's gonna be what's left over from Saturday.
Yeah. So come and fucking numb that hangover with me. And if you're coming from out of state, bring your chopper parts. We want to see. We want to see you coming from California. I want to see some of that California gold y'all be talking about. You know what I mean? Roll up with the fucking swap meet with some parts. I know you're all you builders that are in the show, you're all going to be broke as fuck. You're pouring your whole life savings into this build. Okay. So bring whatever you bought that didn't end up making it on the bike and resell it at the end of the show or make some gas money to get home.
There you go.
All right, real quick before we get into this interview, I just want to shout out the realest motherfuckers, the sponsors of the Idle Hand Show. I'm going to tell you this right now. If I reached out to you and you ignored me when I was asking for a sponsor spot, you will never sponsor this show. Okay? You got to get in on the ground floor. These motherfucking people believe in the Idle Hand Show. And you know what? Call me old fashioned, but that's important to me. Okay? When people go, you know what? I believe in you. I believe in this show. So I want to shout these motherfuckers out and I want to give them the respect that they deserve because they're supporting the greatest chopper show in the history of chopper shows. Right now, it's just an idea. It's just out in the ether. It doesn't exist yet, but I swear to you guys, it will. And I have a long memory. Okay. So if I reached out to you and you ignored me and you're listening to me now, it's in the bank, buddy. Okay. Don't be crawling to me. Idle hands too. Okay. Fucking bandwagon posers. All right. First up, we got a real motherfucker, Dirty Dan's Chop Shop. Follow him on Instagram at Dan Sheehan3. We got our boy, Joseph Greenleaf, Aztec Leather Company. He's going to be vending. Buy some of his shit, dude. He makes amazing stuff. Matt, Burnt Up Wood Burning. Nope. Sorry. Burnt Up Customs. He doesn't just burn wood. He might spark a doobie when he's pinstriping shit, but he does so much more than wood burning now. Check him out. Matt's an awesome dude, so you should definitely support him. He's building the trophies for the Idle Hand Show, for the Custom Social Show. He did one for the La Spada Show. He's just a fucking good motherfucker. Traditional Chopper Mag. That's Traditional Chopper on Instagram. That's our boy Ron. Go check him out. He's way more famous than we are, so you probably already know him. So don't go check him out. I guess you probably already did check him out and you have a subscription to his awesome quarterly mag. Next up, we got MC Shop Tees, Danger Dan, hosting the International Kickstart competition at the Idle Hand Show. I just picked this bad Larry up. Okay. International Kickstart competition. Awesome t-shirt. Came with a free hat that his sister made. It says Danger Dan's sister is hot. They didn't say what the hat was. I assumed it was just this, but then I got that and I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go support Danger Dan. Obviously, you listen to his podcast. He's an OG of this shit. He's been podcasting for a decade. He's literally at every motherfucking awesome show across the United States and abroad. Mm-hmm. But go to MC Shop Tees, sign up today. Okay? I'm not asking you. I'm fucking telling you. Put in Lowlife at checkout and you're going to get a fucking awesome shirt shipped to your door for fucking $16. If you don't do that, I just don't have any faith in the youths today. You know what I mean? You won't get a better, cooler, cheaper shirt shipped to your door every single month. Next up, we got Money Shot Fabrications. That's Gregory Gibb at Money Shot Fabrications on Instagram. Check him out. We got our boy, Big Truth, Chop Ahead, the Big Truth podcast. Fucking redacted, dropping some knowledge. The purveyor of the motherfucking custom social, the hostile takeover, the chopper takeover, Laconia. He started that shit last year. Now we're going back for round 2. Bigger and badder, baby. We're going to be doing a fucking live podcast. I'm trying to convince Truth to get a whole panel going. I want to daisy chain a bunch of mixers together and get a whole panel of drunk assholes. But we'll see how that goes. You don't want to miss it. Come on out and support Chophead. By the way, he's a V-twin dealer too. He has everything that you can get from a catalog or whatever. Fucking hit him up for that shit, dude. I buy stuff off him, and I'll tell you what. I bought a bunch of shit off him for my other shovel head, and this is something you don't get nowadays. All right. One of the things that I ordered was like back ordered or something, and he didn't just send an email saying your shit's back ordered. Tough luck, pal. No, he picked up the phone and called me, and he was like, "Yeah, this shit's all fucked up. Do you want something else?" And he fucking hooked it up, dude. All right. So that's the kind of service you get at Chophead. You get the guy that owns the motherfucking place tracking down your order, making sure you get your shit. All right. EasyCo, John and Craig over at the EasyCo. You guys know them. You love them. They're YouTube superstars. Talk to John again. That motherfucker knows his bikes, dude. I just sent I had a story that was like 2 seconds long showing my pipes. And he called me up about my cam cover and he dropped some fucking serious knowledge. So, yeah, dude, I'm not even going to ask I'm not going to ask you any more questions about motorcycles. I'm just going to John. He knows everything.
Right. Yeah.
Steve, Deadbeat Customs. I just ordered some stuff off him. Again, Lowlife at checkout. And he's supporting the motherfucking Idle Hand Show. And he's supported this show since the very beginning. He saw something in the show even before I was a part of it. And it became really, really, really great. Spectra Oils, the only oil that will ever get into any of the holes of my motorcycles. It's going to be Spectra Oil. I'm buying a case of 60 straight weight, baby. I don't remember if I did 50 or 60 last time. I don't know. New Hampshire guys, what do you say?
I was 260.
You 60 weight? I'm gonna stick with 60 weight. I think that's what I got. Stay Strong Co. Jean-Luc. Shout out Jean-Luc. Man, I was just having some of his the shits this morning. You can put it on anything, guys. I put it on. Check this out. Have you ever had some Chinese food that just wasn't spicy enough?
Yeah.
Maybe some barbecue, some General Gao, spicy, some Szechuan, but they pussied out and they just pussied out on the spice. Throw little shits on that, dude.
That's
Bang,
a good
right in
call.
the kissa. All right. Gives a little barbecue-y vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm gross, but I put it on everything.
I would try that for sure.
Yeah. Put it on some fucking Kung Pao chicken, dude. We're going to be going down there and seeing him soon. Next week, right? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yep.
2 weeks, dude. I can't wait, man. Dude, John Moorhead's going to be there, dude.
Yes. So is Clay.
Clay's going to be there. Yeah, dude. It's going to be fucking fun. Yeah. I'm so stoked.
Speaking of which, ride down with us. Just come down with us. Stupid not to.
Gas prices are crazy.
Crazy. And there is no sense in us taking 2 different cars from the same fucking place. But yeah, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't fucking
You
wait.
leaving Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. And then, first thing Sunday morning, ripping right back.
Perfect.
Yep.
Pork Chops Barbershop on Instagram. Go check her out. Madison Deno out there in Colorado. Keeping you boys that are lucky enough to still have all your hair, unlike your boy here that has alopecia. Go check her out. I mean, obviously, if I'm in Colorado and I'm getting a haircut, I'm going to the one barber shop that supports the Idle Hand Show. That's where I'm going to get my hair. I'm not going to fucking Supercuts, dude. Or Great Clips or whatever the fucking bullshit they have out there. I'm going to Pork Chops Barber Shop. Our boy, Torque Motorcycles. We got some shit we're going to be giving away at the show. I was taking all the swag, our swag that we got for the show, and I'm putting it all in one spot now because I have boxes everywhere. My garage looks like a fucking a swag bomb went off in it. So I put it all in like one box that I can like a huge box. But his tank bag, dude, is sick. The
Mm.
magnet in that fucking thing, dude. I didn't even know there was a magnet in that thing until it like got near a piece of metal, and I was like, and like sucked me into it, dude. So you can it's high quality shit, and I can attest to this for the travel bag that he does. It's the best on the market.
Mhm.
But yeah, the tank bag's sick, dude. I actually like a tank bag now and again
Yeah.
if I'm just running out and doing, it's a nice day. I want to go get I gotta go pick up a fucking whatever,
Yeah, for
carton
sure.
of milk, throw it in the tank bag. You can take your chopper to go grocery shopping. You don't need all this rum on your fucking saddlebags and shit. You just need a decent sized tank bag, decent size. All right, we got Walt Zeta Cycles. That's at Walt Zeta 13 on
I think it's
Instagram.
Walteza. Isn't it Walteza?
It is Walt Teza. I wrote that's what it says here. I just read it wrong. I'm like, I don't know how to read. Walt Teza. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Okay.
Waltezza.
There you go.
I always say Walt Teza. Walt Ezza? Well, his
Walteza is
first
how
name's Walt. So is it Walt Ezza?
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've only ever read it. So,
Same.
Walt, you let me know how to say it. Walt Ezza? Because Ezza is his last name?
I don't
Like
know, I
Walt
guess.
Ezza? All right. Anyways, Walt Ezza on 13 on Instagram. Check him out. He's going to be there. He's going to be I guess, swap meet shit that he's going to be putting up. So that's going to be cool.
Hell yeah.
Finally, we got Lowbrow Customs. I got their shipment in. They gave me a couple of boxes. I'm actually the official drop shipping location for Danger Dan's International Kickstart competition. I got a box from Lowbrow for that as well. Knives made by Nick. I got the knife coming, so I'm going to have a little sneak peek at who's going to bring that home at the International Kickstart competition. All right, let's roll into this motherfucking interview with Ethan Kahn.
How's it going?
We're doing good, dude.
Chilling.
I had absolutely no idea what you looked like.
I went and creeped you earlier, so I had an idea.
I don't realize it until I see you that I've never seen a pic because I'm just like, I've seen your bike. I've seen what you've done. We've chatted on DMs, but you don't realize you don't make that connection until you actually see a person, like with Joseph, like last week or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, shit. Because that's what real men do, fellas. You youngins, listen up. You don't take pictures of yourself and put them on the internet. Okay. No selfies. All right. You're not allowed to save that for the Tinder or Grinder account, buddy. All right. You can do a selfie there and look all handsome and shit. But the internet, all right, it's for the motorcycles. So
That's how I feel with I really only know everybody by their Instagram handle. I only know a few people by their actual name.
Same.
yeah. When we're IRL, like in real life, we have to do that. Where they're like, my name is John, and we're like, what's your Instagram handle? And then it's always something crazy. Yeah. Oh, my Instagram handle is @explosivebuttfuck. Like, oh, okay. No wonder you're not introducing yourself. Actually, for a while, this is funny because my Instagram handle used to be Rhino Dick for a long time, and that's how people would introduce me to like their wife and shit. Like I'd go over like Loctite's house and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, honey, this is Rhino Dick." I'm like, you guys can just call me Rhino. You don't have to call me Rhino. My friends' wives don't have to call me Rhino Dick. So yeah, this is Ethan. Let's talk a little bit about. So you're repping New York. I think you're the only builder that made it from New York.
No, Kevin.
No, Kevin.
Kevin's from New York, and we just talked to him like 4 days ago. So I'm stupid, but
We got
do
you,
I even
Kevin.
know where I am? I'm a doddering old man. Do I have like early onset fucking dementia or something? I'm really fucking up this episode. Bad.
You're doing great, bro.
I can't wait to watch the intro when this comes out on
Dude.
Friday. Then
I'm just misspelling. I'm mispronouncing names. Like we just went over if it's an art exhibition, exhibit, that whole thing. My brain isn't computing. So what I think is happening is I used to be a smart guy, but I took all that knowledge and shit of like the English language and I'm pushing it out of my brain and I'm just filling it with like how to how to like install a squish pipe, you know? Or like does Bondo go on top on bare metal or on top of the epoxy primer? You know, shit like that. That's in my head now, and all this other shit just falls out my other ear, just leaking out. All right, so you're the one of two rep in New York, and that's cool. We're doing the New Yorkers back to back. Where in New York are you from?
From Jersey, but I live in Garrison right now. So it's in the Hudson Valley. I'm about 30-40 minutes southeast of Kevin. So
Okay.
not too far away.
No shit.
So you're closer to New York City then than he is?
Yeah,
Or
I think I might be closer. It's about like an hour 15 train ride down the Hudson River.
okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how long you been in New York for? You said do you grow up in Jersey?
Yeah, I grew up in Jersey. I moved out here, I think 2022.
Oh, okay. Pretty
2022?
recently.
Yeah, I think it was 2022. Yeah, just recently.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into tell us a little bit about your background? Like how'd you get into bikes?
Oh, it's a very boring story. I mean, I've
You
loved
started
bikes.
listening to the Lowlife podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I've wanted a bike forever, just never could have one. Didn't grow up around bikes or anything though. Um, and so literally my first bike was it's in my profile picture. It's the Hardtail CV750 that a buddy of mine helped me build back in 2017. So no bikes in my life up until that point. But yeah, just always wanted one. He had a CB750 motor and a custom hardtail frame that hadn't been put together yet. And yeah, just asked if I wanted to build it.
Damn.
Yeah, so
So
I've had
That's pretty recent.
I think the only real comfort motorcycle I've ridden is for the test for my license.
oh, no
Otherwise it's
kidding.
just been this
No
Springer
shit.
seat hardtail. Yeah.
Damn. Right. That's rare to hear. Usually it's, I started on my dad's old whatever it was, you know what I mean? Eventually you work your way to a sketchy ass bike. You just right off the rip. Fuck it. That's awesome.
It's right off, and I definitely whiskey throttled, but I did not hit the car that was in front of me. But
Nice.
yeah,
Shit.
What'd you take the test on?
it was one of those like I don't know, maybe Suzuki 250.
Did they have them there?
Yeah, they had them at the course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I used a
yeah.
friend of mine's Yamaha Bolt 900 or whatever. And
Oh, they
that
make
thing
you
was-
bring your own
in New Hampshire, they
in
did.
New Hampshire?
Yeah.
I took mine in Rhode Island. They had a whole shed full of like 250s, like Rebels and fucking all sorts of shit.
So I actually rode my shitty Sportster that I'd already bobbed. I rode that. That was not registered and I did not have my license yet, but I rode it to get my license. I parked it down the street and then I walked to the DMV and signed up for my thing. And then my friend Jess brought her Yamaha. I rode it and then walked down the street, got back on my Sportster and then rode back.
No shit.
It's fucking funny, but yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, we just had to bring like helmet and all the protective gear, but otherwise they supplied the bikes. But this was back in Jersey that I took the course.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. I never heard of that. I guess that makes sense. If you're going to crash something, it might as well be something they have that's insured.
True.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Or yeah, but if you brought a chopper, they'd be like, you can't take a test on this. It doesn't have any blinkers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a front brake.
It has to be
Yeah.
inspected and registered. So what do you do for work, Ethan?
Manage a software quality assurance team.
Okay.
So it's yeah, sitting at a desk at the computer, hopping on meetings and all that fun stuff.
You work from home or do you go into an office?
Yeah, work from home,
Nice.
which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So working in here, and then I hop out into the garage and work on the idle hands build. Afterwards.
So where do the forgive the phrase, but where do your chops come from? You're building one of the sickest metric choppers I've ever seen. Where did you get to the point where you know how to do that?
I mean, how I know how to do some of it is just being with my buddy like every step of the way while he was building my other CB.
Okay.
Otherwise, I just love building stuff. I went to art school, so I have somewhat of a creative sense there. But I really wanted to build this bike kind of, you know, representing everything that he taught me how to do. And so I just figured I wanted to build a bike finally and not have my only bike being one that I haven't built myself. So, I mean, I started just buying parts and then I saw, I think it was towards the end of July that you guys have posted or somebody posted again about the idle hands. And I'm not a competitive person whatsoever, but I was like, this will give me motivation to build this bike that's been sitting in pieces for a couple years. So,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I just like choppers and wanted to build one.
Did
That's
you
cool.
when you first entered, were you like, I mean, you're not competitive, but were you like, I could probably get to the out of 150 bikes, did you think you were gonna get to the final 12?
Considering that I've never built a bike, no, I didn't. I mean, I've been shocked every step of the way. You know, for cutting what was it? Cutting down half, and then every step of the way, I've just been super stoked, but super shocked that I've made it. But I'm super stoked that the judges have liked the build so far. So
I love that fact
Yeah, dude.
about the show that this is the first bike you can come into the Idle Hand show, and it could be the first bike that you're gonna build on entirely by yourself, and you can get to the final 12 and fucking win it. You know what I mean? Like, that really that really does something for me. I'm feeling some heat underneath the belt line, you know what I mean? No, it's
yeah, I mean,
inspiring, you know? It's fucking
I
cool.
love the concept of the show, and it's you're a garage builder doing as much as it doing as much of the build you can yourself. And yeah, I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. Um, learning how to TIG for the first time on this build, learning pretty much everything I'm doing for the first time on this build. I couldn't learn everything. I was trying to kind of, figure out what I actually had the time to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, this is the perfect competition for me to join.
Yeah. I like that too, that I like a lot about it, but, like, it just goes to show you anyways, like, your daddy didn't have to be in a 1% club growing up. You didn't have to be a tank baby, you know what I mean? You got your first bike fucking less than 10 years ago, you know what I mean? You work at a software company, those skills don't really translate well into
Nope.
building motorcycles. But the thing that does translate well is just, like, if you have a passion for building motorcycles, and you have the fucking, I don't know, the balls or in the fucking drive to do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? And it just shines through, because like me and Dan, this entire competition, as soon as you started, like every step of the way, you're surprised you're getting. We didn't know this was like essentially your first bike that you're building. It looks like you've been building bikes since you were fucking shitting green.
I
Yeah.
But
appreciate it.
yeah, dude, it's really impressive. It's super clean, dude. I'll tell you, my first fucking chopper didn't look like that at all. My
Hell
fucking
no.
seventh doesn't look like that.
No, man. There's something about that bike you're building, man. I was flipping through it again today to just kind of like zoom in on it again, but just the stance, like the head-on photos where you're looking directly at the headlight, it's such a menacing stance. You know what I mean? It looks, I don't know. It's just,
Let's bring this Let's bring this bad Larry up on the
yeah,
screen so we
for
can
sure.
all appreciate it.
I
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
hear about that supercharger too.
yeah, I was gonna say I kind of started where so I started I didn't I mean, I don't really know much about a lot of bikes, but then definitely that CB750 that my buddy was building for me. And I think he had mentioned keep an eye out for an ARD magneto. And I found one on eBay like pretty early on. And I was like, should I buy it? And so I bought it. And then like I just started collecting them. They're not the cheapest thing. So I'm not buying the most expensive ones that are out there. But I started buying the Magneto. So I had one. So my buddies had if they ever wanted to build one. And then I found the supercharger on eBay and I had no business buying it, but I was like, this is sick. And so that's kind of what got me to start even thinking about building another bike. So I bought that. And then I think just like the pieces started coming together. Found the front end and the 80 spoke front and rear wheels from someone in Washington. I had him ship it to me. found the frame. Everything just started coming together. The pipes that I found that I wanted. So, but it really all started from the magneto and the supercharger, and kind of just building out of that.
So I can understand why you would build a bike around a magneto and a supercharger. That's sick.
Can you explain, like, I know because I'm a wicked gearhead, all about superchargers. But for some of our audience, they're kind of, they're maybe they don't know, like, what exactly is a supercharger, and is this like a custom application, or is it like, I already know the answer to this because I'm a gearhead, but for our audience, is it like a CB750 supercharger that you found, or do you have to adapt it to fit any kind of engine?
So this one specifically was built for the CB750. The company is Druin. They also made them for the Nortons. I think the Norton 650. And if you actually want one for a Jenny shovel, I saw one on eBay. It's
Just thinking that.
a little pricey, but there is one that's been sitting on eBay for a little bit now. So I don't know all the bikes that Druin made them for, but the one I have now is specifically for the CB750. So basically, what it does is it replaces. There's some modification where in the stator cover, where the rotor sits, you have to bore a hole into the stator cover, put an oil seal in there, and then there's a pulley bolt that bolts into the rotor. And then that's where the whole system starts. So that bolts into the rotor where the crankshaft is.
All right. Yeah, you weren't kidding about that being a little pricey. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
How much?
Guess.
For a supercharger that goes on a Jenny shovel, I'm going to guess 12 grand.
$3,000.
Okay. I was like, fuck it, dude. It's 2026. It's got to be a lot. 3 grand. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's what, around magneto prices. I personally would rather go with a supercharger than a magneto. How many fucking Jenny shovels have you seen with a supercharger on it? You know, how many motorcycles in general? I think the supercharger in and of itself is cool. Whether or not it requires any extra fabrication and blah, blah, blah. If it's a bolt-on kit, who cares? You have to make some modification. I think that's cool because it's different.
If I fall into, like, if I trip and my face like smashes into a briefcase with $3,000 in it, I'm gonna buy that.
Good.
I'm not investing that money. I'm not gonna pay off any debt. I'm buying the supercharger.
Good.
I gotta find the money first.
Yeah. I don't know how that one is, or the Norton, but at least on the 750, there's a fuel injected carburetor that is already like part of the supercharger. But everyone has always just said that they've had issues getting it running. So a lot of them have fabricated parts to put a separate carburetor on. So that's what I did. And so I'm putting the Mikuni SHR 42 on that instead of running the stock one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
42's gonna look sick on.
It sounds pretty sick. Some of the bike is changing motor wise, but I got it started a couple of days ago, and it sounds sick.
Did you ever find out if it was a big bore in it or not?
But yeah, so I did. So I found out that it's a big bore. So stock is the 736cc. This one is an 8cc. It's got high compression, which my buddy and kind of what I was reading is possibly not the best setup for a daily rider with the supercharger. So really what I'm working on now, due to time constraints, I'm hooking up the supercharger into my CB now that's running, since it's already got the magneto on there, timed and everything. So since I got that running, I'm probably just going to swap the motor.
Okay.
To put that one into the new bike. I would love to run the other one, but if I have time to put it back together and see how it runs. But worst case, I just throw it into my motor now and throw that into the bike.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you have a supercharged 750 and an 850. That's pretty sick. That's a cool setup, you know?
That's a nice problem to have. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
That's
so you're running the girder on this bad boy too. What girder is this?
It's a PMP.
Yeah, never heard of them before. It's fucking beautiful. I love that thing.
Yeah, they make they have round and they have square. I really wanted a round, but after seeing the round and then after seeing the square on this bike, I think the square tubing just makes it look way better.
It really fits. Yeah, it really, really fits.
I really like, the stance of this. I don't know what it is exactly about this, but this CB. I'm not a CB guy at all. I don't usually go for the CBs, but this one for some reason. What frame do you have that in?
I think it's a C and J. It's from the 70s. I found a guy over in Connecticut that was selling that frame. It was that frame and that motor that came with it. I think it's a C and J. So I was really hoping for a frame with a center down tube, especially because I had already bought an oil tank before buying a frame that was a wraparound. But this one just didn't have it, but I like the look of it.
It has a
Very
great
nice.
little stance. I love the girder. Love those just simple T bars. It just sits nice. What are you running for wheels on this guy?
The wheels are both 80 spokes. I don't know who made them, but the front and rear tire are both what are they? They're both Avons. So the
Nice.
Yeah,
Mark II
I
and
didn't even realize
Speedmaster.
that that's a lot of motherfucking spokes. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
80 spokes, dude.
80
very.
spoke.
It just takes you a week and a half to lace those batteries up. What the fuck, dude? What's that? I think there's 40 on mine. So it's like double that. That must get
Yeah.
confusing as fuck, dude.
Ugh, too
Yeah, I
much.
would imagine. Yeah, that front end and wheels came off of a Palco frame, but the guy who was selling that had already sold the frame. But it's all right. I kind of like the design of this frame a little more anyway, but had to machine a new stem because the stem that came on the girder was set up for a Harley stem. So I had to machine a longer one.
Right on. That thing looks so sick, man. That I like the fact that that girder has a juice brake on it too. It looks good. It's like a mini juice brake or whatever. It looks good on there. Disc brake.
Yeah, the disc brake. Yeah, it all came together. Yeah, it was running the ISR front caliper and a Tolly sprocket rotor for the rear.
Oh yeah, it's got the sproder. That's sick. Fuck, that
Yeah,
thing is gonna
so
be so clean, dude. You got all the good parts on there.
yeah, it's kind of worked out. So I got like that super expensive new 530 X chain, so I don't get oil into the brake pads. Hopefully,
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
they do?
keep the oil in. Yeah,
Oh, no
yeah.
shit.
No kidding.
yeah, they are not cheap, but
No, I
Are
just
those
got
the
I'm
one
just
for
trying.
lifetime guaranteed ones?
the what?
I think so.
They I saw a chain. It's fucking retardedly expensive and it's like lifetime guaranteed.
Mine was. I bought mine off Lowbrow, and I think it was like $240.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's gold. It's
It is
X-ring.
lifetime guaranteed though. They say
That's what
that.
it says.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. The only like somewhat scary thing with those X-ring chains and D-ring chains and shit is if you cut it too short, you're fucked. That's it. You can't put a master link in and make it longer. You're fucked. You know what I mean? So make sure you have your shit lined up before you cut your X-ring chains,
Before you
folks.
cut your fucking $250 chain. Yeah, dude.
Yep. And you have to have the riveting tool and all that shit. So because you're not running a master link. So know that before you buy them. But they're worth it. I mean, I've been listening to Rob the Crazy Gentleman talk about how good X-ring chains are for years. He swears by them. And if Rob says they're good, they're fucking good. You know what I mean? So there's something to them. I ran an X-ring on the Scythe. That thing, I never, ever, ever, not once had to
Yeah.
adjust it. Never.
Yeah, Rob rides long distance and he's
Yeah.
a performance guy, you know. So if he makes a recommendation, yeah,
For sure.
heed that advice.
Yep.
So before
Cool.
Dan can ask, what are you thinking about paint? Ha.
Oh, it started, but it is a secret.
Oh, it is a
Mm.
secret. Okay. Okay.
That's the
Like
only
it.
part of the bike. That's the only part of the bike that's a secret. It's looking pretty sick. So if it continues the way that I'm hoping, I'll be pretty stoked on it.
Did you already start painting?
Yeah, it already started. Some
Where you
parts
at?
of it, not all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. You into like primer and stuff like that at this point?
Yeah, so the Pro Coat is on the fender and the gas tank,
Sick.
but not on the oil tank or the frame yet.
Gotcha. Are you doing everything one color? Are you doing a bunch of different shit? I mean, I don't want you to tell me what you're doing, but is it going to be flashy or are you doing all one color?
It should be all one color.
Sweet. Cool.
Yeah. The only reason it wouldn't be is if I run out of this paint because it's on back order otherwise. So
Shit.
yeah, so that would be the only reason. And I was debating with the oil tank if I just wanted to polish it or paint it, but I think the way I'm seeing the paint come out, I think we're just going to go with the paint.
Sweet.
So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Very cool. I know exactly what you mean, dude. When I painted the Gypsy Witch was the first thing I ever painted. I got this purple. I can't remember what the purple was called, but I got it from this company called Epic Colors, and they were on Instagram. Ordered it online. I got a quart of it, and I ended up fucking up a bunch of times. So I ended up doing a bunch of redos, and eventually I ended up deciding I was going to do the frame and I was going to do the fender and blah blah blah. And when I came to do the frame, I had run out of that color, and I called them, and they were like, "We're not a company anymore. We don't make paint anymore." So like, not only did I have to wait for the paint, it didn't exist anymore. I was like, well, shit. So I didn't know any better. That was the first thing I ever did. So I just went and ordered another paint that looked similar online. And I never heard from anybody, not once, knock on wood, never heard anybody go, hey, those purples are different. So I just got lucky, 100%. I just got lucky. But yeah, that sucks. That's very unfortunate. And that's happening a lot with paint right now. Paint's like everything else is getting hard to get, and it's so expensive.
Yeah, and I think once you see the paint, you'll understand why it's probably hard to get. But I picked it up from Candy Shop because they had the best version of this color.
Sick.
So
cool. I'm very excited now. Fuck
so
yeah.
What do you have after the paint and everything? I mean, like, are you all done with the fab? Or I mean, no, you
No,
still got fab. Oh shit.
There's still a bunch of welding to do. There's only a little bit of welding left to do on the frame, but I think the most of the welding will be around the jock and shift setup.
Okay.
Because that's another thing. I've never run a jockey shift. So no one makes a bolt-on jockey shift setup for the CB750. So this one I've just been designing it out of my head, figuring out what works. I think you can kind of see the design from the picture that I posted. But that's kind of like the last major thing to weld at this point.
So did you said this is your first time like you're learning to TIG weld. Did you buy a setup or are you borrowing or
No, I bought a
prime weld? Okay.
yeah, it's the Prime Weld 225X, I think. They're based down in South Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, they've been getting pretty popular. A bunch of people around here I know have them now. I think I got like a targeted ad once, and I've heard nothing but good things about customer service. They shipped me a full argon tank as well.
What?
Yeah,
That's huge, dude. That's
Damn.
a big That's a expensive investment when you get a TIG welders.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that. I hooked up a 220 line in my garage for it. But I'd say that's probably the biggest purchase.
Yeah.
For this build.
Is it AC/DC or is it? Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, AC/DC. It's got stick. I've never tried the stick though.
Same.
Very
I've
cool.
been waiting for opportunity. I just don't stick weld anything.
Go work on trash trucks. You'll use it every day.
I don't even know if I can. I don't even know how to use it. I don't even understand it.
It's a pain in the balls.
I remember in my high school we had a shop class where you stick welded stuff, and I fucking sucked at it. I remember my shop teacher was like so disappointed with me as like a man because like every time I fucking would try to start it, it would stick, and I couldn't get it not to stick. And he's like, and I did it so many times that I like, dude, that was like fucking 25 years ago, and I'm still like embarrassed about it. He was so disgusted with me. So maybe that's why I haven't stick welded anything.
I had the same experience when I started working on trash trucks, and my foreman was like, just fucking weld it, dude. What are you doing?
keeps on sticking.
Everyone just kept going, strike it like a match, and I'm like, I'm striking it like a match.
I
and
know. It keeps on getting stuck.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
didn't
what
get it.
once it gets stuck, the fucking thing gets super hot. It starts like smoking and shit. Like,
Yeah, but then
he's
you
like,
go
you're
and
gonna
grab it.
fucking
'cause
ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking stupid. Nope. Give me a MIG welder.
So, what are your plans for the Idle Hands show? Are you driving from New York Saturday morning?
I honestly have no idea yet. I need to. I'd like to come out for Friday. I just need to actually get on booking something. So I don't know if I'm riding out myself. I don't know if anyone's coming with me. Um, I would love to come out for Thursday, but I haven't figured it out yet. So I think I need to start planning that though soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
So
just
we're
need to
just
figure out how I'm getting the bike up there because may borrow a van, may open trailer it, but I'd like to not open trailer it, maybe cover it. We'll see. So
yeah,
got some stuff to figure out.
yeah. That's
Very
gonna
cool.
be the logistics of all these bikes coming to town. Man, it's gonna be fun to see.
And
Yeah.
what is
New Hampshire is
rolling?
safe though.
Yeah. What rolling is what Saturday morning? Is that when you expect the
Yeah, we're gonna
finalists at
be
least to show up?
Yeah, we're gonna do. We don't have all of those details 100% knocked down because we would love to be able to do load in Friday night for some of it, but it might just all be Saturday morning because show starts at noon. So I think like if we start loading bikes in at like 7,
7.
8, yeah, like it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
And
That's
the place where it is huge.
right. That's the tentative plan right now, though, is we had discussed doing Friday night, but then it's like, well, we have to hire security and you guys have to be comfortable leaving your motorcycles you just built outside. You know what I mean? So we're just like, listen, if we just start real early in the morning, people are going to be excited. People are going to want to get here. And we're going to hopefully have it like, we'll have the spots more or less numbered so that we can, when you guys come in, we'll be like, all right, Ethan, you're spot number 6. You know what I mean? And you just bring your bike over to spot
Yeah, it
6.
should be really smooth. And then like we're hoping that when you get there, we'll know exactly where you go. You just back your bike in, and then you can go get breakfast at Chez Vachon, which isn't too far away. Chez Vachon, dude. If you're French Canadian, if you got a little French Canadian blood in you, Chez Vachon is the greatest breakfast place of all time.
It's so good. We are spoiled like a motherfucker with breakfast places around here. And in the area where Idle Hands is specifically, within 5 miles, you can find amazing breakfast.
Oh yeah,
that's yeah.
Chez Vachon was the last restaurant in America that allowed smoking in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
But yeah, lots of good stuff around there. So yeah, that's the plan. And then hopefully, yeah, like you said, you guys load in real quick and then hang out and, polish your bike and meet people and whatever else, you know what I mean? We're surely, we'll be running around like chickens with our heads cut off trying to get 101 things done at once. So
yeah,
everybody
definitely Friday night would be great if you could make it up there because we're doing a just for the builders and select other people that are helping out with the show. We're doing a party at one of the bars out there. One of our buddies, fellow Ryan.
Yeah,
so it's a good bar.
It's called the 815. It's a little speakeasy type bar down here in Manchester. It's really awesome. So they've got an Instagram page. You guys can go see that. 815. But yeah, that'll be fun. That's just going to be for A-siders and freak show builders and
invite only type of thing. Just because it's a small place.
It's a capacity issue. It's not a we don't want you there. It's a capacity issue. You know what I mean? There's only so many people that can fit inside that little place.
Yeah, but it's right on Elm Street. And Elm Street is if you want to go out to some bars, there's some fucking awesome bars on Elm Street.
That's the spot for sure in Manchester. So that's where we'll be. That's gonna be sick, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to get up there for Friday night.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, if you're out there and you're coming from
how far are you from us?
I think maybe like 3.5, 3.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Between something like that. Yeah, not too bad. So
yeah,
I think
coming up in that direction, hit Ethan up.
Yeah, if I didn't have the supercharger, maybe I would try to ride it. But there's no way I'm riding that thing, especially with the belts on there. That the belts enough are extremely hard to get because they don't make them anymore. The belts and some of the bearings inside of them are like one-offs. So they're pretty hard to source if they break.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then they're old if you get them. Like an old belt.
Yeah.
Like rubber has a fucking shelf life.
So Ethan, you're definitely doing the drag races then, is what you're saying.
Maybe I'll bring up my little mini trike. Maybe I'll bring that up. All that thing does is wheelies. It's got one of those Harbor Freight Ghost Predator 212 motors in,
Yeah.
but the builder of the frame didn't design it well. So you basically just do wheelies right off the bat. But it's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll bring that.
Our buddy Danimal would have a good time with that for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
we can drag race anything, dude. I'll talk to Fat Man. We'll do fucking mini bike class. Fucking bring a snowmobile. I don't give a shit.
Drag
On
race
my
yourself.
on my parking lot.
Yeah, fuck it. Drag race our dogs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'd be
Dog. It's dog friendly too, so you can bring your pooch friends as long as they're not like assholes. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, I was at the Harley Davidson bike night, dude. Everybody has dogs and they're all fighting each other. I'm like, your fucking dogs at home if they don't know how to behave.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
The fuck. I'm probably gonna bring my dog that I can just carry around in a baby
Yeah.
carrier on my chest.
Perfect.
Yeah. So is there anything else about this build that you wanted to talk about that we haven't touched on yet?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think really for me, the key point for me is just, I mean, it's the first build. It's coming together how I want. Hope the paint turns out sick. Anything else? No, I think I don't know. I think there's not much to it. It's a very clean, simple bike. There's not a lot of crazy fabrication. It's just very simple. Just stoked that everyone digs it, especially if you're not into metrics or the CB750 in general. Just stoked that everyone was digging it.
For sure,
Yeah,
man.
dude, we're stoked
Crowd
on it too.
favorite.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely me and Dan were talking, each cut we're like, what would ours be? Like what would our top 12 be? And this one made it every time,
Oh yeah.
for some reason. Again, like I can't it's one of those things, je ne sais quoi, as we say in Montreal. But there's something about this bike that just, does it for me. And
Definitely.
I really like it. It's almost inspired me to maybe do a CB750. It looks
Yes.
great.
I like that.
You said you wanted to do one of those too, right?
I fucking love them, dude. The old
Yeah.
Denver Chopper style CBs are some of my favorites, man. At some point, I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to do like a 10-foot long Honda. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, my adversity, it might be because it was my first bike. You'd think that would enamor me to the CB750s, but I butchered that poor thing, man. I ruined that bike and then I sold it for way more than it was worth. Just bring it full circle back to the getting your motorcycle license. I had that bike. That was my first bike. I was in Rhode Island. I built it, got my motorcycle license, and one of the kids that was in my motorcycle class came to look at it when I had it on Craigslist when that was a thing. And dude, I wanted like $1,200 for this piece of shit. It was a piece of shit. I ruined it. Dude, I put like the fender was held up by like 1/4 inch aluminum, like square. Dude, it was like, so like the fender would bottom out. It still had the shocks on it. It was so bad. I wish my Instagram got taken down, but I used to have a picture of it. Maybe I'll throw it up this week on the stories, but it is stupid. It's an embarrassment, dude.
We all got to
So
start
ugly.
somewhere unless you're Ethan. You start
Yeah.
one of the coolest fucking bikes right off the rip.
Where are you going to be in fucking another 10 years? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Like-
I think you're onto something here, man. I think people should pay
You
attention.
got a gift.
Yeah, I mean, I have my next two idle hands builds planned out, and they're
Fuck yeah.
they're gonna stay in the CB family for now.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I have.
We never talked about that, but you can always compete in idle hands, right?
What do you mean? Oh, like can you compete again and again? I mean, I would say the
Why
only
not?
person I would say no is the winner, and that's because I have another idea for what the winner should be doing the following year. You know what I mean?
True.
That
Yeah.
isn't a competitor. You know what I mean? If you catch my drift. So unless you win, Ethan, yeah, I think that's sick. I don't see any reason why not. Because I mean, this is crowdfunding, it's grassroots. It's you know what I mean? It's not that serious. There's no fucking legal department attached to idle hands. You know what I mean? Let's not be that serious about it. Guys.
The only legal department is going to be whatever legal entity comes after us after we give $10,000 away tax free. Dan had a good question. that we have failed to ask every other idle hands builder, but we want to ask you.
Yeah, we're going to
Dan,
start asking this question. Oh, okay. What would you do with the money if you won?
buy me the supercharger for the Jenny.
I mean, if I won the 10 grand, I'd probably pay back the 10 grand that I've been spending on this bike. It'll just go to the next build, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
I've spent a lot on this build already. You know, I'm sure like most bikes, you put way more money into it than you can actually ever sell it for, which never planned to sell this. But yeah, I'll just put it back into the next build.
that is the correct answer, sir.
Happy to hear. Yeah, exactly.
Sick. All right, guys, we're gonna shut her down. Ethan, just wanted to, thank you for coming on the show. Again, just really impressive, man. It's it's this kind of thing that makes me love my own show, you know what I mean? Or at least like validates so that what we're doing is great because it's like, all right, we got a first time builder. We got not a first time builder, but like all on your own. We got a CB in the final 12. It's actually fucking wicked sick, like it's everything that me and Dan had hoped the show would be is guys like you. You know what I mean? So I just really
Appreciate it.
appreciate you for what you're doing, dude. And you're just absolutely crushing it. Appreciate you coming on. Just stick around. We're going to shut this bitch down and tell these lowlifes to get in the fucking garage. Build a choppa, dude. Better finish those idle hand builds, guys. I think we're about 7 weeks out.
Don't say that.
Get in trouble. Have fun and never stop chopping. Deadbeat Customs. Steve over at Deadbeat Customs is all about grassroots motorcycle riders who build and customize their bikes. When it comes to building a custom motorcycle, they carry the best brands available. Go visit their brick and mortar store in Tewksbury, Mass, or at deadbeatcustoms.com. Remember, enter code LOWLIFE at checkout to save some money. Stay Strong Co. Jean-Luc makes the most heavenly hot sauces in the world. The shits, and hotter than a Harley and a pepper patch, Lowlife chopper sauce. Go to staystrongco.org today and grab yourself the holy trinity of hot sauces. Beck Built Fab. Dustin is the plug for excess chopper parts. Drum, disc brake, mid controls, hand shifters, foot clutch, modded worm gears, intakes, and more. He can do any fabrication, weld repair, upholstery, or maintenance job. Check him out at beckbuiltfab.com. Revenant Chop Co. Connor isn't about overpriced lifestyle merch. It's chop clothing made for the garage, for the blue-collar builder who'd rather spend his money on parts than trendy tees. It's not just another stack of black t-shirts either. He drops wild garage-born designs that stand out, gear that looks great, covered in grease, or on the side of the road. Check out RevenantChoppers.com.